Dare to Dream, I like to inspire and motivate adults to dream again. Because as we go through life and take on our different roles and responsibilities, we tend to put our dreams on the back burner. And my goal here at Dawn Dares to Dream is to help you pick those dreams back up and to pursue them again. Now, I want you to understand, I started Dawn Dares to Dream because I wanted to relay my message and my heart and my feelings across to whomever would listen. It can be difficult getting your closest family and friends to understand the way that you believe and when you try to express it and share it. So this was like my backdoor way into letting everybody know. Now, I may have lost some viewers as a result of that because they don't agree, and that's fine. I am definitely a proponent of everyone having their own thoughts, their own process, their own mindset that works for them. Your religion works for you, you keep that. No one's telling you to get rid of that. Whatever it is that works for you, continue to use it. I'm just saying that sprinkle some of this other information on it, this personal development information that I'm providing you, and see where your life takes you and how you take off personally. Always remember, we are in control of how we see our environment. I don't care what everyone says it looks like or everyone says it is. We are in control of how we choose to perceive the environment. Hey dreamers, welcome back. And welcome to all the new dreamers who stopped by Dawn Dares to Dream today to see what we're all about. Well, today we are on our second video of What is Success? What does success mean to us series. And today we're actually going to talk about, are we comparing our success to someone else's success? Are we modeling ourselves after someone else? Are we doing that? Or are we, finding our own path in our own way? I don't know. So we're going to explore that a little bit. Remember, if you have not subscribed yet, there's a red button down there that says subscribe. Click on that red button and that way you'll be subscribed to my channel. I could really use your support. Thanks in advance. So how are we viewing our personal success journey? There are a lot of different ways that we can kind of look at that. In some cases, we can compare ourselves to others. Now, I say avoid the trap of comparing yourself to someone else, because comparing is saying to yourself that I have to be where they are at the exact time that they're there. And if I'm not, then I'm not a success. That's a lot different than modeling ourselves after someone else. Now, the healthy thing to do is to model yourself after someone. But of course, you do understand that in modeling yourself after someone else's success, they have already reached, they've already gotten there. And they did some different timelines than maybe you will do. So you need to, yes, follow their lead, I'm going to say, especially if they are going along the path and have reached the item or the thing that it is that you want, or the status that you want to have. If they've reached it, yes, modeling is good. You can model after someone by reading their information. You can read their books. You can read their action guides. Hint, hint. You can also do the bad thing, which is the opposite, and that is comparing yourself to others. We should never, ever compare ourselves to anyone else. Everyone's journey is different. You may come from similar backgrounds, but you did not grow up in the exact same home. You did not have the exact same parents or lack thereof. There are a lot of nuances to people's success and the recipe for it that they have to get to where they are wanting to go. So when you have some, classmates, you have family, you have friends that you are comparing yourself to, I would say, don't do that. That is the danger zone. I will give you a little short example about me comparing myself to others. I played the violin as a child. Now, it was just given to me. It must have been some music program at school. I was in 5th grade, I think, in elementary school, or 4th, somewhere in there. And they gave me a violin to take home. And I learned how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb. And I was in my house. And I know I probably drove my mother and brother insane when you think how the violin sounds, especially when you don't know what you're doing. But anyway, so I got this violin and I actually kept playing it all the way through middle school. I really enjoyed playing it. It gave me an affinity for classical music that I'm glad that I have till this day. The catch is, when I got to like 7th or 8th grade is when I realized how good? I was not. I had gotten the violin here in Baltimore. Well, given me a violin to play during school here in Baltimore. Went to Texas, where I am now, to live with my dad and his wife at the time. And I told him that I was playing the violin. This man went out and bought me a violin. So he brought the violin. I had the violin at home. And I was like, okay, so I guess I got to keep playing this thing. So I'm playing the violin and I'm learning, and everything is good. Everything is fine. But I leave living with my dad and I go back to Baltimore. And when I was in Baltimore, I went to Roland Park Middle School. And if you know anything about this school, it was sort of like what they call today a magnet program kind of school. I mean, you learn these different languages. I mean, there was a lot going on at the school. I didn't know how blessed I was actually to be there. But that being said, I brought the violin back with me. I had broken it, I think. I had dropped it, but I still was playing it. Because at this point, I guess I had to have my own violin to play at school. I don't know. My mother wasn't very active in anything that I did school related. So I don't know if she needed to sign off, and I never asked her. I don't know. I kept playing this broke violin. But we had, if you wanted to get better at your craft, we had tutoring lessons or whatever, practice sessions early in before school started. So I would get to school early and play this violin. Catches, I was playing violin next to these little kids from elementary school, and they were great at it. I mean, they could do the vibrato and do stuff, and I couldn't do any of those things. So as I watched these little kids, I said, I am not that good at this. Maybe I shouldn't play this anymore. But you get it, what I did? I compared myself to someone else's journey. They probably had parents at home who were making sure that they practiced every day. I don't think I practiced at home. I just did when I was at school. My mother never, that I can remember, was actually proud that I knew about of me playing. My brother, I don't remember him ever saying anything. So this was just this thing that I did that I wasn't really getting any motivation or inspiration to do. It was all self-initiated. So when I saw these little kids and they were playing a lot better than me, I wasn't mature enough at the time to understand that they had a different support system than maybe I did. And then I could keep going with this because I actually liked playing. I just didn't like looking like these kids. Oh, so much better than me. And I would have never have known these kids were better than me had I not gone to the early morning sessions, because they are not in my class. When I practice for the orchestra during the school day, they're not there because they're in elementary school. But I was trying to, again, be better, but I actually hurt myself in trying to be better because I saw these kids and I said, oh my God, I need to be a lot better than what I am. But I did not have the belief in myself to know that I could really get there and or surpass where they were. I quit. So I ended up quitting playing the violin is what happened to me. Now, I wish I kind of still played because I enjoyed it. There's something relaxing for me in music, and that's the only instrument that I've ever learned to play because it was like official, read music, do it. I'm not one of those hear something by ear kind of person and let's go do it. I need, instruction. I need a guide. Hence the way I do the videos here on YouTube. If you notice, I do a series and I do a guide that goes with it because that is the way that I learn. So I am giving you guys the opportunity if you need the extra push. Now, do you see how I hurt myself though? I compared myself versus modeling myself after someone who played the violin and what they had done in their achievements, and maybe read a book about somebody who was a famous violinist to see the work that it took for them to get to where they got to. I kind of just said, look at these kids, they're doing better than me, and I quit. So I don't want you to fall into that trap on your success journey. Like for me in my life right now, to be honest with you, success for me is, and I know this is going to be so simple, is going on vacation as much as I would like in a year. And typically right now, as much as I like, is 3 to 4 times a year. That's success for me. So if I can live my life, pay my bills, save money, invest, and do all these things and still go on my vacations, I'm doing good. That's kind of how I look at it. My success range is very simple. Now, what does change is what type of vacations that I go on and how much luxury I want added in my vacations. That is changing as I continue to vacation. I'm becoming more and more a professional at it, and I'm realizing that I just desire some, certain amenities, certain type of service. And that's just who I am. Now, I did work in the service industry for over 10 years. So I think some of that comes from waiting on people physically for so many years. You just want people to wait on you. But when I vacation, I started out, at a lower level, but I was still happy. I was still happy in my 2-3-star hotel. I mean, I was still in Jamaica, you know what I mean? I mean, it was, I was cooking my own food, but I was still there. Now I go, and it's a completely different scenario. But what I'm saying is, so our success or view of what that is, it changes over time. And for me, that's the challenge. How do I successfully travel the way that I want to with the income that I have? So for me, sometimes that means I have to pick up other little things and do other things to receive additional income, or budget the amount of money that I do receive and figure out how I'm going to budget all of this out throughout the year so that I can go on these vacations. You see where I'm coming from? So success is what you make it to be. It doesn't have to be exactly what someone else does. I see other people, I don't have a mate. So what I'm paying for vacation, I'm paying for me, my son, and my mom. And then sometimes I'm going on vacations where I'm just paying for myself, but no one's paying for my vacations. I can't count on that. You understand? So everything that I do is based upon the amount of income that I can generate. Now, I do believe successful individuals have multiple streams of income. And so that is what my desire is. I keep talking about network marketing. I am in a couple of companies. And so I say, okay, network marketing. And then maybe some of that can actually pay for my vacations. I'm not asking for anything astronomical. I don't have to be the lead of the company, number one. Can I get my vacations paid for? I'm happy. I'm excited. You get where I'm coming from. So you have to set those goals for yourself. And then what are you doing to incrementally reach those goals each day? We talked about that last time, but do not fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others. Everyone's journey is different. I can actually afford to not do certain things in my life every day and get to the vacations that I want. I can do that. You know what I mean? I have the time that I can also add in other things that I could do to make extra money. But that's something that I can do. On the outside looking in, everybody doesn't know that maybe I had a side job so that I could pay for my trips, but I went on them. You get it? So don't compare where you want to be to someone else's. You might want to model. So for example, if I had a family member or friend wondering how I do what I do, I could tell them the first thing I do, the modeling part would be, I would show them my budget sheet. And so I look at my budget sheet, it has all my bills on it. And then where I have the extra is where I'm playing around with the trips. And, I am also a travel agent, so I book my own trips, and you can do payment plans and things of that nature to get on these trips. So you don't have to pay all this money out up front. So there are a lot of different things you can do to get on these vacations. The question is it something that you really want to do? For me, it is. And I'm willing to make certain sacrifices to get there. That's the same with individual success. The person that you are comparing yourself to and thinking that they are doing so much better than you, they might be eating ramen noodles every day and paying for all of these courses to learn how to be more professional at the thing it is that they want to do. You don't know what the kind of money they're spending to become the success that they want to be, or to have become the success that they currently are. You don't know the work that they've put into that. So instead of comparing yourself and standing back and getting jealous about what they've done or being envious, what you need to do is say, hey, friend, I noticed that you are doing XYZ. How did you get there? Because, I really desire to do certain things, but I don't even know where to begin. A lot of people tell me, oh, they want to work in my field. I say, okay, well, you need to get certified. And here's some bodies of certifying bodies that you can go and get some training. And, but no one does the step. How bad do you want the success in your life? Yes, this is extra learning. Yes, you still have to do your regular job while you're learning this. But do you want to be successful or not? So don't compare, model. Comparing ourselves to others can actually stunt our journey, our growth process. Because in order to be successful, we have to grow. There are things we're going to have to do that are going to require us to grow. That's going to stretch us. And either we're going to grow into the new thing that it is that we're designed to do, or our growth is going to be stunted because we see someone else already doing it and we thought that the process was easy. So remember, don't compare yourselves to others. Model is best. Ask questions. Read books. Get some type of instruction on where it is that you want to go so that you can take those incremental steps on a daily basis that we talked about in the last video to get to your level of success. Now, I had a great time talking to my dreamers. I'm so happy that you're hanging in here with me with the success series. But you do need to remember that I'm going to put the series, the link to this playlist is going to be up here. Also, the understanding the laws of the universe, I'm going to add in as well. And then over here, my face is going to be up here in a circle. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, click on my face, select the gray bell, select all. That way you'll be subscribed to my channel and you'll be notified to all the new content that I place up here to YouTube. Thanks again, dreamers. Have a great day, dreamers.